Get ready to question everything you thought knew about the universe. The event of 1983 to 1986 that took place in Hudson Valley, New York has left many in stitches even till this day. The quiet beauty of New York's Hudson River Valley is home to upscale professionals and retirees who are well-educated and cosmopolitan, hardly the type of people one would expect to be swept up by UFO fever. Hudson Valley UFO wave was first witnessed and documented between 1983 and 1986, whereby around 5,000 eyewitnesses reported seeing V-shaped UFOs with multicolored lights flying near the Hudson Valley, just 1 hour north of New York City. The first sighting, which was made on New Year's Eve 1983 by a retired police officer in Kent, New York. The officer initially thought that he was observing an airplane when the craft passed above his home. He then realizes that the object was moving far too slowly and quietly to be an airplane. Other sightings afterwards was described as a V-shaped UFO, which appeared to be circular and capable of moving at fantastic speeds or disappearing altogether. Strange, isn't it? Imagine the reaction and thoughts of the people when they witnessed such event happening before their very eyes. The fear and several thoughts that might have crossed their minds at that time. The entire episode was largely dismissed as a hoax perpetrated by a group of local stunt pilots. However, to this day, many of the eyewitnesses maintain that what they saw could not have been a handful of airplanes. If the Hudson Valley UFO wave incident was indeed a genuine UFO sighting, it raises profound questions about the existence of extraterrestrial life and the possibility of alien visitation.
Oh my gosh.
Look at this shit, dude. There's some look at this. Dude, this is some UFO type shit right now, man. And talking about, look at this shit right now. Oh my god, look at this.
You're about to witness one of the most chilling paranormal photographs ever taken. Every spiral staircase has a story. They appear harmless enough, captivating even, with that gigantic spiral leading to a seeming unending beautiful rays of colorful designs used to adorn them. But behind these well-crafted and specifically designed balusters hold a haunting tale, one involving innocent deaths. On June 19, 1966, Reverend Ralph Hardy's snapshot appears to show a ghostly figure climbing the tulip staircase in the Queen's House in Greenwich, London. But what if this isn't just a trick of the light? Mr. Hardy had innocently taken a snapshot of the famous staircase as he and his wife were on vacation. Mr. Hardy and wife Mrs. R.W. Hardy, a retired couple, were on vacation from Canada to the Queen's House for a visit. They were interested in its architecture and went to take a tour of it. This building was an important part of British architectural history since it was the first classical building created in the country. However, during their stay at the Queen's House, Mr. Hardy took a photograph which would soon change the history of this staircase forever. Skeptics claim the image is a hoax, but experts argue that the photograph authenticity is undeniable. After the image was developed and studied, it turned out the photograph revealed something unexpected. A shrouded, shadowy figure who was on the hanging upon the staircase. When they observed it fully, they realized that the figure appeared to be ascending the stairs in pursuit of a second and possibly third figure. The ghostly figure could be an optical illusion created by the staircase architecture and the camera's angle. It could also be as a result of double exposure, where the camera's shutter was opened twice, capturing images on the same frame. While these explanations are plausible, they do not detract from the photograph's enduring mystique and the public's fascination with the possibility of paranormal activity, including the fact that a team called the Ghost Club came to visit the spiral staircase to see if the ghost did exist. After spending the night on June 24, 1967, investigating the spiral staircase and the Queen's House, they found some startling discoveries, such as bells ringing and shadowy figures. If this image is genuine, it suggests that the Queen's House is home to a malevolent spirit that's been lurking in the shadows for centuries. Are you prepared to face the darkness? In 1936, two photographers from Country Life magazine, Captain Hubert C. Provand and Indre Shearer, were assigned to capture images of Raynham Hall. Little did they know they'd become witnesses to the spectral inhabitant of the estate. The Brown Lady of Raynham Hall, a ghostly apparition, was seen descending the grand staircase. Lady Dorothy herself, a ghostly figure cloaked in brown attire. In a moment of both terror and opportunity, Captain Provand captured the ghostly vision on film. The ghostly encounter extended beyond the iconic photograph. After the photograph's release, visitors, staffs, and residents alike have reported eerie phenomena. Flickering light, unexplained footsteps, and glimpses of a lady in brown drifting through the corridors. Each account echoes the melancholic tale of Lady Dorothy and the mysterious circumstances surrounding her afterlife. Skeptics, however, had argued that the image is as a result of a deliberate hoax or a trick of the light. Perhaps Captain Provand intentionally created the illusion or stumbled upon an unusual optical phenomenon or even a double exposure or flaw in the film. Unanswered questions on Lady Dorothy's life still lingered. Was she wronged in life, leading to her lingering spirit seeking solace? Or is the haunting merely a product of imagination, fueled by the tragic history of the estate? It could still possibly be infrared photography anomaly, pareidolia, which could also be the power of suggestion. Unfortunately, it could also be that the photograph was deliberately manipulated or faked. With the technology available at that time, it's possible Tat, the ghostly figure, was added to the photograph using darkroom techniques or other methods. If the brown lady is indeed a genuine spirit, it is possible that she's trapped between the world of the living and the afterlife. It's petrifying to know that such a spirit could be true and still roaming the Hall of Raynham, either seeking justice or closure. This also raises questions of the afterlife and whether some spirits are doomed to roam the earth for eternity. According to legend, the brown lady's appearance is a harbinger of doom for the residents of Raynham Hall. If this is true, it raises questions about the brown lady's motivations and whether she's a malevolent spirit. Whatever the explanation, one thing is certain: the brown lady's presence continues to captivate and unsettle us to this day. Do aliens really exist? Bob Lazar's footage shot in 1980 appears to show a disc-shaped object hovering in the sky. The object, however, unlike airplanes or jets, is seen moving slowly and steadily with no visible means of propulsion. The footage is grainy and shot from a distance, but it's still possible to make out the object's shape and movement. Many experts question the authenticity of the footage. Some argued that the footage was fake, created using special effects or models. Others questioned his credentials, suggesting that Lazar was a hoaxer or an attention seeker. In the years following the release of the footage, investigation and analysis ensued, which most claimed that the footage was likely genuine and that it could be explained by natural phenomena. If the footage was genuine, it would suggest that extraterrestrial life is real and that they have been visiting Earth for unknown purposes. It could also mean that government, with their knowledge of extraterrestrial life for decades, has been covering it up. Extraterrestrial life is actively observing and surveilling our planet, and reality isn't exactly what we think. Perhaps the most eerie implication of the footage is that we are not alone in the universe. The possibility that there are other intelligent beings out there watching us and interacting with us is a profoundly unsettling idea. In 1977, a series of bizarre and terrifying events took place at a council house in Enfield, London. The recordings made by investigators during this period remain some of the most chilling and inexplicable examples of paranormal activity ever captured. From furniture moving on its own, strange noises, and unexplained voices, the Hodgson family reported experiencing this range of paranormal phenomena. Some skeptics argue that the recordings can be explained by a combination of hoaxes, misinterpretation, and the power of suggestion. However, many experts believe that the recordings are genuine and provide evidence of a genuine poltergeist presence. If the Enfield poltergeist recordings are genuine, they suggest that the Hodgson family was indeed experiencing a malevolent and supernatural presence in their home. What do you think?